Alrighty. So is there anything you really want me to focus on specifically with these plays, or just kind of do an overall replay?
More so like rotations, because I mean we're at the point where we're starting to get used to each other's play styles, try to figure each other out.
Okay.
This is like right now. This is February 7th. This is like a week ago, so we're still in that figuring out how we play around each other sort of stage.
Okay. Yeah, I can get this going. How are you doing positioning wise? Not seeing Josh's
Yeah.
ball. Little awkward there, front post. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at this here real quick. So the first thing I'm noticing, you do the rotation correctly. You do what you should do. Josh pushes up on the wall. You're holding front post. You get a little antsy. It is okay to not be moving all the time. If I were you, I would have just kind of trickled in front post here and then just kind of planted here. You don't have to necessarily stop, but just be more in this area. Because then Alicia will come in behind here and she will hold back post, or
Mhm.
she'll hold backboard depending on where this 50 goes. If high, she'll go backboard. That goes low, you'll take the front post and she'll take uh, back post. Um, so now the next thing, if you're gonna make this little kind of circle out, almost like testing the waters, right? You circle out because you're like, oh, I should get this ball, but then Josh goes for it. You recognize that, good on you, so you peel away,
Mhm.
turn around. Now here's the issue: both of you are right here. This is where that communication is going to come in handy. Either A, Alicia needs to call you off, um, which works. B, since you do this loop, you need to recognize that you have basically taken yourself out of the rotation and should rotate deeper in behind Alicia. Because at the moment you rotated yourself out, she's going to have a better view of the field. So let me go and find where I want to pause here. Right here. Okay. So right here, Alicia can see probably that much. You, on the other hand, even with ball cam on, you're backwards and you're probably only focused here. Even being backwards, though, there's not much you can do. So at this point, you should go deep in net, rotate back post, allow Alicia to push up front post, because she's going to have the better view on what's happening. She can see Demonic Salt coming in right here. She'll be able to read a better 50, read a better challenge, and can also react to a pass across field. And so would you at that point, because say this guy hits ball across field here. He takes this option of passing instead of shooting. Um, you are then able to come in from back post and cut off that pass as well. That makes sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if you're going to do this, it's okay to push out and come back in and almost kind of like testing the waters, but you need to recognize when that takes you out of the rotation.
Gotcha.
All right. All right. Let's get a quick response, which happens here. Spot or mistake? Looks like take
No
by the
one
other
just
team.
goes.
Yeah, no one goes on their team. All right, we take those. We take those. All right. Save here. Shot on. There, it looks like Josh. One thing I'm noticing already is just your third man just gets a little antsy in net. They're just so afraid to stop moving and just kind of take in the situation. And they just do this kind of maneuver of just slowly creeping up field. But eventually, if they keep creeping, they find themselves very much out of position. If Salt puts a better shot here, this should be a goal. 9 times out of 10, this should be a goal here. Doormat's gonna miss. Alicia pulls off. This should be a bang on net because Josh is positioned this way.
He's on the ground.
If he gets this straight and down, this is a goal. I almost guarantee it. So as your third man in net, biggest thing is just avoid creeping. I get it. You want to try to keep pressure on. You may be aggressive play style, but you need to know when to just sit back, take a breather, and take a view of the field. Because, yeah, if that shot's any better, that should be a goal. Thankfully, Josh is able to cover it up, but it's not too bad. We're still in kind of not great here. Not great.
We're in freak out mode.
Yeah, a little panic here. Let's see what happens. So, Alicia's back post, your front post.
Oh, she gets taken out.
Alicia gets bumped out. Tries to make up with what she can. Josh gets a touch. I don't think he was trying to get that touch. We're fine. Your back post, Alicia's back. You take initiative. Gets the bump. Okay, that was fine. A little sloppy, but that's okay. That's an issue. That's an issue. Here, it needs to be comms. I would almost say this can go either way. You can recognize that Alicia's backing up and call her off because she's not going to get as much of a powerful hit on it because she's got that backwards momentum. Another option is you play the passive approach, sit back post, let her handle it, have the trust in your teammate, let her try to get a touch on it to a corner. The other one, I guess there really is another one. It's either you call her off or you let her take it and be passive. Since she jumps somewhat early, it's probably the latter option here of just being passive, play back post, and cover up for her if she needs it. Otherwise, it turns into that. A little ugly. Still fine. We're still fine. We're no longer fine. What happens here? Josh tries to get boost. He does. Alicia gets caught in... Yeah, so she lands, goes out, circles a couple pads. Ball gets pinched out of her. Yeah, I mean... I'm trying to think of how this could be better. Now, I mean, yeah. Alicia needs to either get a touch there or you have to be a little further up, but it's just there's not much. From the panic that happened earlier, it's hard to kind of recover from that pressure. Not a lot of action here now for a bit. I do enjoy it because that's good. Okay. One thing I'm not liking, again, third man is just creeping. Look how close you guys are. Alright, so it's okay to push up here. You see the ball going downfield, and the guy goes for a drill play. This is where Josh should stop. Right here. He should not go any further. To say Alicia gets power 50'd and Adam here gets a good 50 over her, or Demotic turns and gets a 50, Josh is now way out of position and will struggle to get back to it. Whereas as he plays behind this line, plays in this area here, and he can slowly creep up, cycle these pads to make sure he's stocked up and allow you to push up this side and even take over midfield, work off a second man. A big thing that can help with this kind of creeping situation is really focus on your second man. Your second man is going to dictate your positioning as a third man. For example, you kind of see it happen here and right after here. You get a 50 off, boom. All right, we're here. This ball is kicked up to Alicia. She's going to take possession of this. Second man is pushing down the line here. Yep. Second man pushing down the line here. Third man's going to be here. Now, there's two ways Alicia's going to go with this ball. She's either going to let this go over on her right side and follow it on the wall, or she's going to take this middle. You would probably guess she's going to posture this for the middle, just the way her car is. But at that point, when she takes this ball middle, now this is where Josh needs to pay attention, because you are going to do one of two things. You're either going to follow middle in case Alicia takes it this way and sticks closer to this side but still goes towards middle, looking for this pass to the left, or you're going to follow behind her and take up the right side once she clears mid here. Depending on what you do here will determine what Josh needs to do. Take this option. Josh needs to sit back and maybe even cheat a little bit to the right. But if you take this option and continue down this line, Josh then can do what he does and push up down middle, but can't go too far because you don't want to overextend. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, she'll take this down middle. You kind of leak towards middle, and this is where also spacing is going to be key, because you need to recognize, hey, you're getting a little close to her. Keep push in this direction. That way you can provide support if this ball gets 50 this way, or if she tries to pass it. And then again with Josh, he just needs to not push up farther than that, because you guys are gonna get really bunched up here, and it's gonna make it very awkward. He works out 50, goes towards Josh, and he'll keep pressure, but it's just awkward. Also, there, Alicia turns up when she. You have the right idea. Cut in rotation, coming first man, providing pressure. Alicia, she can turn up, but she needs to take a wider approach, because otherwise she's basically just mimicking your pressure and isn't going to apply anything else, and in fact is just going to keep you guys at rotation. As shown here, she's going to get caught in no man's land. That ball gets popped right, take the full from them. Good, that's what you should do. Now, if Alicia had taken a wider rotation here and then cut because she sees Josh is going to push back corner, now look where she would have been for this 50. She has a clear view of the player and the ball, able to do a nice tackle here, maybe even force 50 towards the corner where you're going to be once you take their full. But because she chose to turn early and push up with you, now in what's considered no man's land, you can't do anything. You are a waste of space. Not as a person, I'm not that rude, but in this game, you can't do anything effective here. So we're going to clear downfield, which, that's not a great clear by them. They should have possessed it. I'm not here to analyze that. Pass over to you. You try to do something fancy with it, but go back on it. Josh tries to make up for it.
I'll get caught here.
Now here, Alicia actually doesn't do a bad job at positioning herself. Pushes upfield, recognizes that you're there as well, so she cuts back mid. Although I do not like that she's fully horizontal, or is perpendicular with the ball here. This makes it really hard to react to stuff, because she's either going to have to do a full 90-degree turn there or a 180 here. So if she's going to push up like that, try to keep yourself positioned so the front of your car is towards the ball and your... clear down, shot on, good save to the corner. You take over, it's fine. Josh is chasing down demo, fine. You rotate back in, okay. Little interesting, I would say be in there, you need to leave B, let her take. Unless you communicate that, then that's fine, but it makes it really awkward because, again, you guys are now both kind of in the same area. One of you needs to be able to rotate out here. Josh is there for the cleanup, figures it out. Alright, Alicia's going to push up to get some pressure. Tries to get a touch on. Again, you're in what I call no man's land as well. You're kind of not sure what you want to do. You're like, okay, I'm going to be mid here for the pass from Alicia. She doesn't get that pass there, but you still think you need to contribute to the play and kind of lurk in, which in turn pushes Josh to the backboard, and now you're just out here kind of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you have the right idea looking for whatever Alicia's trying to do. Maybe pass it to mid. Try to get a touch downfield. Buy you guys some time. As soon as you see that this pass isn't coming to you, though, back post. Josh is going to push up here and posture for whatever Adam's about to do. He'll have a better field of view. This allows you to rotate behind in, allows him to make a strong challenge without worry of exceeding a goal off at 50. but you cut in front. So it forces Josh to backboard. Puts you in no man's land. You really can't do much here. Just kind of sit and wait. And then it's even a little awkward with a team bump. Double commit there. Just got to communicate. That probably should have been... That should have been your ball, in all honesty. Alicia kind of cut you off there. She's backboard. She should stay postured backboard in case this 50 is towards backboard. Or more just a safety precaution. Because if she stays postured backboard, then Josh can know to rotate in back post. Instead, he takes a head first dive into the post. Alright, clear down to the corner. Good pressure. Josh pushes up. Alicia's lagging behind his third. Good. Recognizing positioning, watching her second man. Now she technically should have been second man there. You're kind of overstaying your welcome again a little bit. See her, you can see the ball. If you're gonna stay this postured up, stay in this area. Otherwise, rotate in behind her. 50 here behind. Alicia fronts back. That probably should have been a goal. Not even probably. That definitely should have been a goal. What happens here? Big pinch off the wall. Alicia gets caught, pushed up, and so do you. So like I said earlier, where you either need to lag back here or rotate third, because you stayed kind of cheating up as second man here in this area. This takes you out of the play for this kind of ball. You're only down 1 goal. You're not in crunch time. You don't need to really pressure, go all out to try to get some offense going. So here, if you need to recognize that Alicia's pushed up as second man here. This designates you as third man, and you should be rotated back. If you're rotated back here, you'll be in position for the shot that Door's about to take and clear it to corner. So then Alicia can rotate out and come back in back corner behind you. So a big thing, here you're not overstaying your welcome. Midwest, we love our hospitality, but don't overdo it. Close, good 50. Pressure going the other way. Oh, that could have been there. That's unfortunate. Okay. Alright, 50. Josh rotates third. It's going to be awkward for him. Alicia has the speed and takes over. That's fine. Quick cross. Perfect. This is good. Josh recognized to go with third man here. He's back. You cut it off. Great. Josh is DC. Yeah, I think Josh is DC. So we're just gonna... And you guys score off of this? And Josh is back.
He's back.
Okay.
We take it.
Alright, let's see here. Alicia, she's sitting back post. Dodges the demo, it gets out to the ball. Perfect. Carry downfield. Up, she's gonna take the pull. You can pressure. Josh is fumbling in net, that's okay. You can... Alright, this is fine. You're still tied here, this is okay. Okay. A little awkward here on this positioning. It's out. Okay. Let this go over. Demo is fine. You're up front post, he's back post. Okay. Possession. Click. Pass mid. But back post. Looking much better so far. He started kind of getting in the groove. Pushing up. Not over cheating. Watching your positioning. You're getting a little closer comfort, but Josh, concedes second man to you, so that's okay. He rotates out. You take backboard, good. Job getting up for that. Alicia should have taken her time, but that works too, because she's able to catch back up to it. Gosh, fine. He rotates out, so you pressure in. Good. We're crunch time now. Unless this goes OT, and it will. Okay. Get an early goal here, so how does this happen? Isha bangs one on net. And just absolutely Shaquille O'Neal dunks again. And they leave immediately. Damn.
At the rate that this is going, let's just do the first 3 I sent and then the last 3 some other time.
Yeah, sorry, I talk a lot.
No. I like that you're being thorough about this. I just didn't know you'd be this thorough.
Yeah. In the future, if you want me to be a little more brief about it, I can.
No, I like this.
Yeah.
This is good.
All right, this one results in a 4-0 loss. My throat is dry, so I may not talk as much on the phone. Communication there. Just need to call is going. Probably should have been Josh's ball there, Dean. So, rotate. Got the rotation. Josh. Lucky there. Pass mid. Oh, unfortunate shot. Fighting pressure. Josh is third. You cut him as a second man. That's okay. Isha, what a save. That was nuts. They were doing like a crazy double play. Trying to get a pass mid here, force a 50. Strong 50. Oh, close. Gonna bang this down. Josh needs to go. Good. Barely. It's fine. Patience good. Front post, back post. Good. Even goes backboard too. Double commit again. Just got to communicate who's going. Both of you have the right idea of challenging that. You just got to make sure you recognize which one is out first, or at least just let each other know. Corner here, Alicia cuts across because Josh is splashing it. They're out. I will say, one thing I noticed with Josh is he tries to play like a very strong anchor, but he almost is too strong of an anchor.
He's like on that back part where it like slopes up.
Yeah.
I see him a lot there.
I understand being passive, Josh, and I'm sure you'll probably go back and watch this later. That's why I'm kind of speaking to you not here. But I promise you that you are going to be more beneficial to the team if you let go of the heavier anchor and for a more light one. You can be a strong third. I've seen plenty of teams where they have a defensive a defensive guy that is really focused on just setting his teammates up and saving as much as can. I play that style a lot with certain teams I've been on. But you can't be so passive that you're taking yourself out of the play and turning this into a 2v3. You're not DC'd. You know, your controller's plugged in. Make sure that you're doing just as much out there on the field, get a goal as you are saving a goal. Even in what way that it happens, that's up to you. But sitting back here on the slope isn't going to cut it. Make sure you put postured out. You're able to help each other with touches. Look for the possessive touches to clears, passing plays. Be a little more aggressive. One idea. All right, back to this. Okay, looks like we're gonna see the first goal here. What happens? Rough corner bounce. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been talking about here, Josh. Because you are just posturing in this deep net area, you're taking a lot of your ability to play anything that's close to this wall. So, what you should be doing, especially when this ball hits corner here, you need to be postured closer to front post out here. That way you can react to any ball that's along this wall here. But because you stay this close to net and this deep in net, you're not challenging this ball, which you need to have challenged this yesterday. And you're letting this ball bounce to you, which forces a tough read because you're not only are you trying to hit this ball, but you're subconsciously avoiding this crossbar. But that's going to make your aerial sloppier and harder to aim with hitting the ball. If you posture yourself out from underneath the crossbar, this is going to make you a lot easier. Remember, this entire backboard is your friend. This will not let a ball go into your net. So use it to your advantage. Yep. Sorry for the brief. I have. What do you think so far? How's it going? Is it something you're...
I'm just trying to like analyze more of what we could all do to not get caught up. Because the first game that we reviewed, that was our good game. This one was our bad game. This one is like one of the bad games.
Yeah.
I can't exactly remember what the third one was. I think it was a bad one too. You know, as always, insight from a SSL is always fantastic.
Okay, there we go. All right, so back to this. Okay, we left it up. But someone's using Ecto. Tries to recover on backboard, has a tough time. Get dunked, not much you can do there. You can maybe try to clear it more towards the corner than downfield, but it's dunked by them. Can't really falter too.
Save.
Save. Dunk. Red. Out of your corner. Would have been a goal there. A decent shot. Yeah, another thing I'm noticing, because he postures so deep in net, because he postures deep in Josh, your teammates, excuse me, almost feel an obligation to cut you in the rotation. Here, Deanna's going to rotate back post. But you should be here. Right here on this front post. Because he's going to rotate back post. This will get you more involved in the play. But because you are this deep in net, it is forcing your teammates to cut the rotation and cut you off in rotation, keeping you out of the play and forcing them to make this challenge. Which, in reality, they may not have a lot of boost stored up compared to you. So, really focus on getting away from this damn curve. And really try to position yourself towards these posts more by the net. Fine. Okay, I want to figure out what's going on. Hang on. What happens? Goes up, back, goes backed up, jumps out, tries to wave dash, goes back. I don't really know what happens to you in net here, Josh, but don't do it again. Not much else I can say to that. Okay, you're down 3, minute left. We're gonna start getting into desperation mode here, just trying to get some goals back, get some momentum your way. See what we can turn around. Both are kind of ganging up on each other position-wise there. Alicia should probably stay mid there, and you can push up on the ball, or one of you just needs to call that you're gonna be the aggressor there. Out, and get deep third. This one you over to Alicia. Aw, she had boost. Well, it's a good idea though. Pressure, fighting each other, rotate. Josh is stuck as a deep third, but he's also being stuck almost too much as the third. Big thing you need to work on, Josh, is just find that sweet spot of how deep a third will be. Misread. Very slow take out of the ball, but forces it to 50. Communication there. Alicia just needs to let Josh have that because he had a good 50. He had good possession. She's just getting a little too antsy to try to get a goal. Like bump there, pass out mid. Oh, close. Okay. And again, just this really camping out under this crossbar is kind of being a detriment to you guys. Also, you're not really positioned the best because you're angled on mid. If you're positioned further out, you get there. You get to where I want you to be. Because if you're here, you can challenge this ball a lot easier because you can then react, maybe even go backboard. You can jump early to try to read this ball and clear it to the side. Because you are letting this ball touch the backboard and get a clean hit away, it makes it a lot easier for your opponents to read the ball. But also, last second, it's garbage time. Who cares? I understand. All right. Last one here. Try to crank it out in 8 or so minutes. I'll only really chime in map 2. One of the maps I hate doing reviews on because it gets time here. Josh just postured front put. That fool. We cannot be letting that ball fly through. As soon as that ball starts falling off ceiling, Josh needs to challenge here because the fact that both of you go deeper into net to try to read this, all he had to do was shoot the ball on net. That ball was going in. No one was stopping it. That ball was too fast for Josh to handle, most likely, and you're too deep in it to be able to get out in time to save it. Gotta cut that pass off. Pass to mid to Alicia. Shot on. Ooh, close. It's a pass to mid though, going for the Doomsy. But on two pressure. Just need to communicate there. Alicia probably needs to leave that because you're gonna have a better touch, but I understand she's trying to beat the opponent to the ball. So I understand. Just gotta make sure you keep the comms up, letting each other know when you're come on. Josh makes a save. Hit to Narnia by Alicia. What happened?
I took the short rotation here.
Push out front post and just get a little antsy. A little too antsy. So here, you should be hovering right around. Really, because if you need, I understand you're trying to look for a pass through here. You can see here, go for the boost. At this point, you're like, you need to recognize, all right, send here is going to get a bang corner or on net. I need to be postured front post. But you start to get there, but you still go out for one extra boost pad. Then allows this ball time to get in behind you. If you start and stay in this front post position, then you're golden. Be able to react to Alicia getting a beat on. Because even if you're trying to look for a 50 clear from Alicia to pass mid to you, you can't be super heated up for it. In the end, that ball hasn't happened yet. You can expect something, but you can't be that far in the future. You can see here, he heads to the corner, so Alicia's going to make a 50 here, or she's going to let it roll to you. This is why you need to be. Not only does it give her more options, but it allows you to read the play more. So if you stayed here, Alicia's going to evidently get beat on this wall. This then allows you to either come up the wall here and make the challenge, or posture yourself here so you can jump into an aerial and make the challenge. Get just a little too fancy, a little too far out. Ball gets in behind you. You don't jump up in time to get to the cave. Bada bing, bada boom. 1-0. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. You go. So we save here. Just miss kickoff. Get save. Go here. Rough recovery, but get a good 50 mid to an open net. Love to see it. Good pass. Good play. Out. demoed, so back, passive, of course, if you. Josh, please, bro. You can't do anything here. You can't be just hugging this curve. There's not you have taken yourself out of it and making any play on this ball. Gotta be postured here. Or even just in the middle. Have to be in front of this line or even just a little bit behind. I can give you leeway room for here. But you cannot be in this curve just you've basically turned this into a gotta posture yourself up that way you can react to the passes off the backboard, any shots on net. You'll just give yourself more of a chance to get a touch on the ball postured for it. Because otherwise, it's gonna happen. Because by the time you react, and now that's when you start moving forward. By the time you start moving forward, you're already beat. He's supersonic, full momentum. You are just now starting your run up off this corner. He's going to beat you every day of the week here. And so all you can do is make a last-ditch attempt at a 50 to try to read where he shoots it, but you have the entire net to cover. That makes it really difficult. If you are postured out here, you're going to beat him to this ball because you have a shorter distance to it. Got on. Save, unfortunately. Pressure. Up. Try to force 50. Pass it. Again, Josh, you need to be pressuring. Ball is yours. Every day of the week, this ball is yours. Have better sight line of where the opponents are. You have sight line of where Alicia is. She's going to rotate out and trying to get this boost, but she missed it. You have the better ability to put this ball where it needs to go so that you can keep the pressure on their half. By letting Alicia take this ball, if she's on ball cam, her visibility of this ball is angled upwards towards this corner because of where this ball is at. He's not going to be able to focus on where 3 players are, meaning it's going to be a lot more difficult for her to make a good 50 or force this ball in a direction that will end up in a positive manner towards. She does, as you see, she didn't know where the 3 are, and she clears it away, thinking, "Oh, I'm going to get challenged." Ends up turning into a good 50 from her, but you can't expect that every time. Maybe one action shot on just a bit wide. Good attempt though. Could even looked for a pass to mid there, but that was a good attempt at upper 90 shot there. Got send just almost peaked on a double tap. Alicia. Force a 50.
That should have gone farther.
Good challenge though. Buys your team time. Front post. Josh is gonna get back. Fine, good. Good demo. Okay, Josh's ball. I would have liked to see you go up the backboard there, Josh. You know where this ball is going. He's either going to clear this out to ceiling, which at that point Alicia can cover for you, or he's going to do what he actually. Oh, I'm on highlighter mode. That's not my normal. He's either going to clear this up to the wall and out off the ceiling, or he's going to roll it. If you play backboard here, toss yourself right around here, you can read this a lot easier than you can dive deep. Use that backboard. Realistically, that should have been over. Here, third man is really far back. It's taking away from any pressure you guys are going to have. So I would like to see a little further up here, Josh, in this. Pressure. Good. Pass it out. Okay, fine. Going for air dribble play. Yeah. Oh, did he miss the corner? Bonds there. Did two swipes for the full and then don't get it. That is unfortunate. At that point, you just gotta accept your fate. Go to add the cycle there. Josh again. You come back at the craziest times. All right, cool. Working with it. Save. That's almost a nutty shot on. One of you.
We just lost comms here.
Yeah. Real breakdown of communication there. Good. All right. Awkward for you. Again, Josh, you're hugging that corner, man. You gotta get off that corner. Bumps. Okay, let's find this now. Good. Back close, you take a front. Challenge. Who's good? Out. Josh tries. Perfect. All right. Yeah. From what I can see, overall, here are things you guys need to work on. Obviously, big one is communication and rotation. Elaborate a little more on that. Communication. Calm more to each other when one of you is going to take the ball, especially for like defensive clears. Letting the other person know that you got it will allow them to either peel off if they're about to jump or posture for a clear from you to be able to keep possession and keep. Next thing, individually here, rotations. Josh, avoid the curve like it's the damn plague. You love this curve, I understand. But you gotta play further up if you're gonna be a strong third man. This gives you so much more of a wider range to defend from if you're positioned in this box here and not with inside the net. DN, biggest thing for you, man, is just making sure you're not cutting Josh out of the rotation too much as a second man. You and Alicia will kind of do this tango up in your offensive rotation, where you both will just constantly rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out. And this forces Josh just to kind of put his thumbs back here, which could probably lead to why he's kind of hugging this net so much. So be mindful of your second man rotation. Thing that goes for all three of you again is third man aggression. You need to find that sweet spot of how far pushed up the third man should be. You need to take into account where the ball is, where the opponents are, where your teammates are. Posture yourselves horizontally in the field where your teammates are. So if you got a teammate here, third man's probably in the middle here. You got a teammate here, you're either here or you're here. Posture yourself so that you can cover more of the field and can cover more unpredictable touches. And then, again, for all three of you, avoid the creep. Avoid the creeping of the third man. You eventually creep enough where you're out of position. Just be mindful of that. I know you can get antsy. You want to stay moving, try to keep pressure on, but it's okay to move this way, or even just move very slowly up the field, but like covering and swaying with the rotation even. Alicia, biggest thing with you would have to be communication with your teammates on who's going. I think of the three, you're probably the one that will cut that will double the most because you're trying to clean up a mistake that someone made or that even you made, which I completely understand. You're like, I gotta get I gotta get this ball out. But make sure you communicate that. The more vocal the communication between a team, the better. You really won't be able to get to a point where you can sit there quietly and just know what each other's doing for a long time, especially as a fresh team. So it's better to start communication early. That way you start to realize your teammates' habits and you start to be able to perform better off of them. Any questions?
That about covers most of what I was looking for. I mean,
Alrighty.
coming into here, it was just rotation and communication.
Yep.
Those are my main like points that I was like, I'm hoping he's gonna say this.
Oh, trust me, I said it all. But yeah, that's what I saw from that. I'm more than happy to do this again some other time, hopefully with attendance. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll take this recording and I'm gonna upload it to my YouTube channel, which I'm using my replay.
Okay.
And I'll send you guys the link once it gets processed.
Cool. Awesome.
Alrighty. Well, I gotta head out. So have a wonderful night.
All right, you as well.